Good morning, and really random, but this morning I'm actually going to a Redken event. Now, I had seen them advertising this on TikTok, and I guess it was like limited spaces, but I managed to get one. So I'm going down there. I actually have really been wanting to try the Redken products, so hopefully we get some freebies. That'd be really good. So I'm actually in the city. It's really early. It's like almost 7 a.m. basically. I'm going to meet Kira because she's gonna come with me. But yeah, it feels weird being in the city this early. Do you want to know some absolutely amazing news? And that news is that we have passed the winter solstice, which is bloody brilliant, if I do say so, because that means the shortest day of the year for us here in Australia is done. It was so funny. Me and my mum were on FaceTime the other day, and she was like, because her birthday is actually on the solstice, but obviously in the UK it's the summer solstice, and for us here it's the winter one. And she was like, oh yeah, this is like it's good because it's the longest day of the year for them, but from here on out it starts getting darker. And I was like, not to rub it in your face, but it's actually one of the best days here for us because it means that from here on out summer is coming, which is kind of crazy because we're not even 1 month, or almost 1 month in through June. But I can't wait for this winter to be over. And I know I'm a broken record, but I'm going to say it once again, I cannot wait for this winter to be over. So you can officially say I am counting down the days until it's the summer again. I'm like been watching a video at the minute, like a YouTube of like somebody else's vlog, and they live in America, and life just looks so much fun in literally anywhere other than Australia right now because everywhere seems so warm. But I've got myself a little cup of tea, which I'm actually using just to keep myself warm, but I am going to, the place needs a little bit of a tidy. It's actually not that messy, it just needs a few things put away, and then I'm gonna cook some lunch. I'm gonna have carbonara for lunch today, and then thinking I actually might like prep my dinner at the same time-ish because we're gonna go to the cinema later. And I just know when we go to the cinema, we end up filling ourselves up on popcorn and then we don't really want to eat. But I've actually been trying to cut down, I said this in the last week's video, I've been trying to cut down on sodium, and I've also decided I'm also cutting down on sugar because I've just gotten into bad habits of like needing a sweet treat after my dinner. So I'm trying to get back out of that habit because like I said to you guys before, after marathon prep, not even marathon prep, after the marathon next weekend, I am going on a calorie deficit. And right now I think I would really struggle going from what I've been eating to go into like quite a significant calorie deficit because it would be quite a big jump, especially in terms of like having to cut out all the sweet treats. So I've already cut out the sweet treats. Now I'm still eating like quite a bit, but I am just very much more mindful as to not eating loads of crap all the time. But we are going to go to the cinema later, and I bought Steven the sweet and salted popcorn because that's the one that he likes. Usually I would get myself a salted one, but I didn't get anything for myself, so I might just like have a few bits of his and then leave it as that. But quick tidy up, and then I'm gonna make some carbonara. I have come to the decision that I absolutely hate my kitchen. I just hate it so much, and it's made me realize that the day that I own my own house and I actually can change things, I would never have a black countertop. I just think it makes the kitchen feel so dark. Also the layout in this apartment, because the kitchen is like right here behind me and all of the windows are over that side, so the kitchen always just feels so dark. Then it's obviously all black as well. The black never looks clean. This is like a Caesar stone. It never ever looks clean, even after it's literally been cleaned. Like it just shows every single tiny mark on the surface. And I just miss having an island. I really don't ever want to have a kitchen again that doesn't have an island. I just find that it makes the space feel so much nicer. This kitchen also should be massive, right? Because it literally spans a whole wall. It's tiny. Once you've got like your microwave and your kettle and toaster and stuff on the counter, it's like there's actually no space to do anything. Anyway, I didn't come back on here to have a rant, I should say. I came on here because I'm gonna make some lunch. I'm gonna make some carbonara. They've changed the packaging of this, but I actually think it's just the same thing that I used to buy, but it's just like a prosciutto crumb. Oh, that's a different actually. It used to say pancetta, but I feel like it's the same thing, maybe. This is probably not great for my anti-salt thing that I'm trying to do at the minute because this is definitely gonna be super salty, but I'm gonna make a quick carbonara. Only takes me like 10 minutes, and that's what I wanted today. I wanted something super quick and easy. Lunch is served for the day. I literally have not had carbonara in so long, so I'm actually really excited to have this once. We are gonna go for a little cinema date. So we're gonna go watch the 28 years later. Yesterday evening we actually watched 28 weeks later. So we're gonna go see the new one tonight. I think we're gonna actually go out and get some dinner, which is not what I was planning to do, but honestly I'm just too lazy to cook tonight, and Stephen really doesn't want to get like ready meals or something. So we're gonna go out to the entertainment quarter, get some dinner there and go watch a movie. So we underestimated, and there's some sort of sports game on today, so all of the restaurants are packed. So we just got this little pick and mix basically of like dumplings and spring rolls and stuff from a little Chinese stall, which is just over there. So we're gonna eat this, and we're super early for the cinema now. Okay, that food was unreal. I'm actually gonna go back and get us some more because it was so good. The little barbecue duck spring rolls, 10 out of 10, so we're gonna get more. I'm just conscious that there is music playing and I don't want to get copyrighted, but here are my barbecue duck spring rolls. This is the place here, so just called China Dragon Dim. Good morning, it is a new day. We were out for a run. Stephen's coming with me today. Final like week basically before the marathon, which is insane. So nice little easy paced short run today. I found this really nice little like almost a loop type thing that I like to do, just like a route that I like. So I'm gonna do that. It's about 6.5 k's, and then I think I'm gonna have a very easy slow paced day today, to be honest. I've not got much planned. I need to go to the Westfield to go buy a Secret Santa present, and I think I might have like a little mooch around the shops. So nice slow day, but feels good to be out moving my body, although it is as always cold. It's 11 degrees this morning. My hands I can be doing with some gloves but probably about a K in, so once we're a bit warmer, well I am a bit warmer now, but we'll be fine. Oh, apologies if I'm a literal sweaty mess right now, but just finished. It was just over 6.5. Definitely running faster than I should have been running. I was getting quite puffed out at times. My last like couple Ks are maybe a bit slower because I was ready to stop running at 5, but just absolutely crazy to think that these are the last couple of runs before the marathon. Like that was probably my penultimate run before the marathon. I'll do one more probably on Friday, I think, and then race day Sunday. So yeah, scary to think, but kind of exciting, kind of scary, kind of nervous, but happy that that run is done. The sun is out in full force today. I am freshly showered, hair is washed. Also, a side note, I feel like my hair is growing really quickly. Like I only feel like I had it cut, in fact I did only have it cut like 2 months ago, and I feel like it's definitely grown like at least an inch already. I mean, it's kind of hard to tell against this black jumper, but this is what I am wearing today. I've got on just like a plain black jumper and then this two-piece, which is from Glassons. I feel like I need more lounge wear, like this, like little comfy bits, because sometimes I don't want to wear active wear, and a lot of my active wear is shorts and it's cold at the minute, so I need like more long bottoms and jumper type vibes. I think I want to get some more of like the Lululemon style little zip up jackets because they are always super comfortable. But I think we are actually going to go and get a iced coffee. Not very like me because I'm not usually a coffee fan, but finished that run and I was like, I'm just craving an iced coffee.
Large please, and what do you want?
Can I please get an iced latte? A small one please. Thank you. Coffee, cheers. So I got an iced latte. Don't think I've ever had a latte before, but I'm gonna try. Kind of just tastes like coffee, to be honest. This same place is where I got the matcha from the last time, and I really did not like the matcha from there, but this is better than that at least. So verdict on the iced latte is I still don't like coffee. I just added a teaspoon of sugar to it to see if that would make any difference. And it's a bit better. Do you know what? You are disgusting. I don't know if you guys would have heard that, but he just farted. And I feel like he always farts and then just looks at me and laughs. Because I think it's so gross. Anyway, what I was saying before I was rudely interrupted is I actually think that I would maybe like an iced latte or an iced coffee or something if it had some sort of syrup in it, like if there was like a vanilla syrup or a caramel syrup, but then I kind of feel like you're just literally loading your drink up with sugar. And I've always said I would never want to be dependent on coffee. Like Stephen literally would drink like 3 coffees a day sometimes. And I would never want to get to the point where I feel like I have to wake up and have a coffee. So this is just, I say a treat for me, but it's a treat that I don't actually like that much. Anyway, he's going to golf shortly, so by then I've got the rest of the day just by myself. I've actually been having a really nice morning, to be honest. Obviously went for that run. I've been loving YouTube. I go through phases with YouTube, you know, where I actually like will spend a few hours just like binging videos, or where I like to watch my TV show. So I'm gonna watch some more YouTube. I've been watching loads of stuff about like, how loud are you? God damn. About like New York vlogs, and I don't know what it is. I really would definitely consider doing a year living in New York. I don't think I could ever live in America forever, but I would be very open to moving to America for 1 year and doing like 1 year there where you can travel around a lot. But the only thing is, I know like a lot of American, well, A, obviously this isn't realistic because probably can't get a visa to go live in America. B, I know Stephen would not want to spend a year in America. And C, I know a lot of American jobs, they only get like 10 days or whatever, 2 weeks worth of annual leave every year, which is just insane, because the whole reason I would want to go to America is to actually travel around and see like a bit more of it, but that would not be feasible if you were living there. Plus, obviously New York is so expensive, so you'd need to have like, also apologies, our washing machine is going, if you can hear that in the background too, but New York is obviously so expensive. Like sometimes I'll look online to see how much the rents are in New York City, and they're definitely more expensive than Sydney rents for sure. And compared to like what you get for your money and stuff, like Sydney is very expensive for rent, but I do think New York looks more expensive, especially considering like the price per square foot. But I guess one thing with that is that Sydney's quite a small city, like the center of Sydney is quite small, whereas New York, I guess there's so many different suburbs that you would consider living in, and maybe you're like a little bit further out, kind of like London sort of vibes, where people don't mind living a little bit further out because it just makes it a bit more affordable, whereas I don't really know anyone that lives in Sydney that doesn't want to live like pretty much in the eastern suburbs or right in the CBD. So there's that. But hopefully next year we are potentially going to go and do a trip to America. Nothing is booked yet, but that is our plan. So if you have any recommendations of places that we should go to in America, let me know. My current thought process is that we would do New York, Boston, Cape Cod, and Portland, because they're all kind of close together, and I think we would only have 2 weeks to go and be able to do. Oh, okay, bye. Yeah, I think we would only have about 2 weeks, so we'd have to just suss things out. But anyway, if you have any recommendations, that's where this ramble was going.
Also, do you need the car?
I have come for a little mooch around Westfield, mainly just to find this present for Secret Santa. I have no idea what I'm going to get. The budget is only $20, which obviously it's not that much money to actually be able to buy something with, but I'm gonna try and find something. Probably gonna go to Kmart and see if I can get anything in Kmart, or maybe Cotton On and see if there's a sale on in Cotton On. I actually most of the time try and avoid coming to Westfield, because otherwise I end up buying stuff, and as you guys know, I'm trying to cut down on my spending at the minute, so we're gonna have to see. I just got back from the shopping centre. I do not feel very well. I realise I have not drank a drop of water today, which is horrendous, because it is like 3 o'clock in the afternoon and now I have a headache, and the heating in Westfield is insane. It is so warm in there. I literally felt like my knees were sweating. I was conscious that I was going to get little like sweat patches on my knees because I was so overheated in there. And I think that's a combination of the fact that the heating is so high in the shopping centre, but also that I'm just probably really dehydrated. I did end up getting a couple of things. Well, actually, I feel like maybe I figured out a hack. So I went into Cotton On, as you guys will have already seen, and I ended up buying the jumper that I tried on and also that white top, and I got the same white top but in black. And then I was just wandering around the shopping centre, and I realised that the security machines, like the alarm things that detect other people are shoplifting, were going off in every store that I went into. So I obviously realised it was me after like the second store. But one of those crop tops still had the security tag on it, so I needed to go back to Cotton On to go get them to take the security tag off. But with Cotton On, for every $100 that you spend in there, they give you a $10 voucher. And what I just bought was like 120 bucks. So I got $10 voucher. And I thought, well, what's to stop me from returning something and then rebuying the same thing but use my $10 voucher? So I pretty much did that, except what I did, because I didn't want to do it in store to the person and be like, oh, I want to return and then rebuy with my voucher, because I actually don't know if it's allowed. I have a feeling that that's going to be like a little hack, like a workaround. I tried to Google it to see if like it's allowed, but couldn't see anything online about whether it is or isn't, so I did it anyway. But what I ended up doing was I ordered the same 2 tops online, like just through Cotton On's website, and did a pickup. So I'll be able to pick it up next week on Friday, because it's free shipping as well if you spend it over like $35 if you go pick it up in the store. So I reordered the same 2 crop tops online, used my $10 voucher, so now they're only $50 instead of $60. And I still have the jumper that I picked up here. And to be honest with you guys, I was kind of having second doubts as to whether I should be buying anything, because obviously I'm trying to not spend any money and really save and not buy things that I don't need. And this is why typically I actually just avoid going to Westfield, because if I go to Westfield and I go into Glassons or Cotton On, those are like my 2 shops that like, there's always something in there that I want to buy. And yeah, I debated with myself, should I or shouldn't I? However, I literally think I actually said earlier in this video that I needed a couple new things. And one of the things is like comfy stuff. So I actually feel like I'll get really good wear out of this jumper. And I did go into Cotton On, not Cotton On, sorry. I did go into Kmart afterwards to see if I could find something similar at a lower price, and I couldn't. So, and this feels like a really, really nice quality. So I think I'll get good wear out of that. And obviously then the 2 tops are gym tops, which I actually do require more of and need more of, and I've been wanting some for ages and I haven't bought anything yet. But I did go into Glassons as well. However, Glassons was so busy, and I just, by this point I was really overheating and starting to feel not well. So I just wanted to get out of the shopping centre, to be honest. So I spent $110 today in total, plus my Secret Santa gift, which I'll show you now. $20 is really not very much money to buy something with. I feel like well, basically what I initially wanted to do is I'd seen some things on Cotton On in the sale online, which is why I wanted to go to Westwood in the first place, because if I had ordered online, they weren't going to arrive in time for tomorrow. So, but they didn't have any sale, like any of the sale stuff I wanted to get in Cotton On. So I ended up just having a wander around, and what I ended up going for, so it was a $20 budget. I ended up spending $25 because that's just the thing I could find. But what I've ended up buying is this bathrobe. So it's this like little purple one with hearts all over it, which I think is super cute. It was $25. It is an XXL/3XL, but the thing with dressing gowns is that it really doesn't matter what size you get. I honestly think like the bigger the size, the better. The one that I wear, that blue cloud one that you guys have probably seen me wear, is a size, oh, I've got a hair in my mouth. It's a size like 20 to 22 or something like that, and I adore it. So this is the present that I'm going to give to somebody tomorrow. The way that we're doing it, we're actually playing White Elephant, which if you guys don't know what that is, it basically is like a Secret Santa, but you steal presents. So you're not actually buying for one specific person. You're just buying a present and then anyone can steal it. Good morning. It is another day here in Sydney, and this morning we are going to make some pancakes. We ended up last night just watching actually a really funny movie. It was called Good Boys. The Good Boys maybe, or The Bad Boys, I don't know, some sort of movie about like young children. Basically, it sounds rubbish when I'm explaining it like that, but it was a really, really good movie. We were dying at it. We were literally cracking up every 5 seconds. But pancakes, bacon and maple syrup this morning for breakfast, and then a bit of a slower morning today, and then I'm doing a Christmas in July this afternoon at my friend's house, which I actually thought was going to be lunch, but I feel like it's probably going to end up being dinner rather than lunch. So a little bit unsure on my food schedule today, which is of course the first thing that I'm thinking of every single day. Jumper, which is from Glassons, this black skirt, I actually don't know how down you guys can see, this black skirt from Uniqlo, and then I have on some black boots I have just curled my hair. I actually love that my short hair also just like holds my curls. I feel like my long hair was getting to a stage where it really wasn't holding curls very well. So anyway, I am pretty much ready to go. They live in Surrey Hills, so I've got to get the bus over there. So it's going to take me like maybe half an hour on the bus. So I'm going to go and yeah, Christmas in July. This is the table setup. It looks so good. They started with the most stars. Honestly, I feel like these guys always go so all out for their decorations, but this looks so cute.
Let's just lift everything up.
We've had a disaster. We haven't even started the dinner yet, and
Where are we going?
we've had a leak.
Chop it off.
We've had a leak.
No, we just shove it underneath. No, we don't. It's on both. Guys. I think we chop it. And you pull it with someone, and if you've got the little thingy left on it, it'll come through or something. I don't know. Something like that. Blue. Oh, that's so nice. How nice is that? Where's the music coming in?
Yeah, so it's Tanya's wish comes true. I think that's how it works.
Google.
Wait,
whose wish is going to come true?
Tanya.
It's a better wish, Tanya. Should I wish you to safe flight home? Yeah, look, that's yourself a Merry Christmas now. Oh, yum. Not one present. Was it?
So we are going to play White Elephant. We've got all of our gifts laid out. We've got our numbers here, which determine which order we go in. I actually don't know which order we're in yet. But yeah, so these are all of the potential gifts that people can choose and steal from. Oh, that nearly oh, that's so cute. Oh, I love that. I'm eyeing up gifts that I like.
No, guys, no one's doing it. I'm not letting you see that.
Oh,
And a face mask. Watermelon.
Watermelon!
Right, no one's
Oh my god, I love that.
good luck keeping that because I like the look of that.
I love that.
Wait, is that what you bought?
Yeah.
What is it? Okay, so we have. Oh! I love these. So I ended up getting the present that I wanted. I stole this from Tilly, this cute little mug.
I will sit in
And
there.
it came with a face mask and this candle, which is kind of like almost Victoria's Secret themed. So yeah. And then Tiff ended up with the bathrobe that I bought. People were actually fighting for this bathrobe, so it was a good gift. Jamie got a bag with naughty treats inside. Good evening, guys. I just got home. I actually ended up getting a taxi home because it was only $10 because they don't live that far from me. And yeah, I had the most fun evening. That roast dinner is possibly one of the nicest roast dinners I've had in a very, very, very long time. It was unbelievable. Everything they did was so good. The Yorkshire puddings were great. The cauliflower cheese was amazing. Everything was just so good. So thankful for the guys for cooking that meal for all of us. We played our game of White Elephant, which was also super fun. I ended up getting the prize that I wanted, which is good, but I felt so bad like stealing it from Tilly, but it is the prize that I really wanted. So anyway, that brings this video to its end. So if you did make it all the way to the end, thank you so much for watching. Make sure to give it a thumbs up and I will see you next week.